Hello, I'm Jenny Fern and welcome to my library. I'm a chaotic neutral mechanical engineer who's really into permaculture and wants to talk about books. So let's talk about books. Today I'm here to pick out a new TBR. I do have some books lingering from the last TBR that I'd selected, and I'm just not feeling that enthusiasm for them right now. So the most recent things that I've been reading have been books randomly selected from my library, and then also a lot of manga. So I've been reading basically only stuff from my library right now, and I'd like to pick something out from my bookshelves to help align with my goals for this year, which include reading a lot more from my own bookshelves compared to the library. So I do have 3 books that were not a part of my last TBR video that are now added to my TBR because they are a part of a video. Those are The Garden Jungle by Dave Wilson, Wind, Sand, and Stars by the guy who wrote The Little Prince, and A Bitter Magic by Roderick Townley. I am in the middle of this, and these 2 I haven't started yet. Now I do think it is time to look on these shelves and see if there's anything that's really calling out to me. I've been kind of thinking I'm in the mood to read some classics and also maybe sit down and read in bed, because I do have a very, very sick cat. I just can't imagine that I'm going to be doing very much of anything active in the near future. So this is what I've picked out by vibe. Let's go through it. So I have arranged these books in a couple different vibes. There's comfort, the classics kind of vibe that I was going for, that I'm just kind of feeling drawn to right now. Curiosity and excitement. For comfort, I have a lot of science fiction. I have Arthur C. Clarke's Childhood's End, Star Trek Voyager, The Escape. I'm actually also excited to read that because Voyager is my favorite Star Trek series, and it's also a huge comfort to me. I want to pick out books that I'm reading while my cat is very sick, and then also if he doesn't make it and I'm really depressed, basically. So then we also have Undersea City, some sort of like science fiction by Frederick Pohl and Jack Williamson. I love ocean stuff, and I don't think I've read really, besides 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I don't think I've read a underwater like science fiction book, really. So I'm excited for that. Orson Scott Card's Shadow Puppets. I have really enjoyed the Ender books, so I think I'll enjoy this as well. God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater. Kurt Vonnegut is one of my all-time favorite writers. I just love his writing. I've heard this one's maybe more funny than it is science fiction-y. Then I picked out 2 Nancy Drews just for comfort as well. The Hidden Staircase and The Clue in the Crumbling Wall. So these are some if I want to turn my brain off a little bit. Then I have a handful of classics. I have Dubliners by James Joyce. Just thought that because this is a short story collection, it would also be something I could pick up and set down and pick up and set down if I wanted to. I also have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery. I'm like halfway through this. And I have Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. I had gotten to page 165 back when I was reading this like 10 years ago maybe, so I think it's time to finish this as well. But I'll have to read it from the start because I don't really remember it. Then I have a handful of books that I picked up because of more curiosity than anything. That is Strength to Love by Martin Luther King Jr. This is some Christian writings. I'm not a Christian, but I think I could still get something out of it. I have Bed Bugs, a novel by Ben H. Winters, which sounded so interesting to me when I saw this, I think at a thrift store. I feel like this is akin to the stuff that I've written before when I've done short stories and stuff. There are these characters, Susan and Alex, who have moved into their dream apartment, but the apartment is crawling with bed bugs. Susan is kind of confused because there's like no bed bugs, but she keeps getting like little bites. So it sounds like it's a little bit paranormal as well. And then I picked up African Silences by Peter Matheson. I'm not really sure what is drawing me to this right now. There's something that's drawing me to Africa. And then for excitement, this is a book I picked up relatively recently, and it is called Super Sad True Love Story by Gary Steingart, and I reread the plot summary of this recently, and I was like, wow, this sounds like something I would be really, really interested in. So this, I would say, is maybe the only book that I'm like, yeah, excited about right now. And that's why I picked it. This is my new TBR. Let's review the books that I didn't get to in my old TBR. In my old TBR, I did not get to The Country of the Pointed Firs, The Cloud People, Stellar, Lilies and Other Stories, The Hidden Side of the Moon, which I feel gutted about, but you know, time for a fresh start, A Zoo in My Luggage, Silent World, Relativity, and Replay. So these are gonna go back on this shelf over here. Oh, you know what? I have a book to add. I'm also going to add in Pluto, Volume 3. I think I'm also gonna add in this one, which is another book that I'm excited to read because I just picked it up and it's a fresh book for me. And that is The Foundling by Lloyd Alexander. So books that I have currently in progress, I am reading Flying Witch Volume 8. I'm reading Frieren Beyond Journey's End Volume 2. And I am reading Foundation by Isaac Asimov. I'm also reading Dark Princess by W.E.B. Du Bois. Super enjoying it, but I don't know why, I just put it down for a little bit. And I've also been reading A Bitter Magic. That's it. This is what we've got going on today. I am really so sad. I'm devastated. And I'm trying not to let it surface all the time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with a friend who you think would also like it. Consider liking and subscribing, and I will talk to you again very soon.